Becoming a millionaire is easy. You just need to work hard, save money, and invest wisely. At least, that is what many people say on social media. But is it really that simple? $1 million. It is a number that millions of people around the world dream about. It may look like just a number, but behind it are years of work, financial decisions, and incredible patience. When people imagine millionaires, they often think about luxury mansions, sports cars, private jets, and a life without financial worries. But the reality of building that kind of wealth is very different from what we see online. Imagine you are an average American citizen. You have a stable job, you receive a paycheck every month, and you're trying to build a better future. Can you really become a millionaire easily? On social media, we often hear statements like, anyone can become a millionaire. You just need the right mindset. You just need to work harder. But between those words and reality, there is a huge gap. First, let's look at income. The average American worker can earn a relatively high salary compared to many other countries. But having a high income does not automatically mean you are wealthy. A monthly paycheck can make you feel like you are moving forward. But before that money becomes wealth, it has to go through many different expenses. Behind every worker are countless costs they have to deal with: housing, food, insurance, taxes, and many other monthly payments. And this is where the dream of becoming a millionaire starts becoming much harder. First are the most basic needs: food. Every family needs to eat every day, and these costs continue to take a significant part of people's budgets. Every month, millions of American families sit down and ask themselves, what bills need to be paid? How much can we save? And how much is left to invest for the future? Housing is one of the biggest expenses people face. In many major American cities, rent or mortgage payments can take up a huge portion of someone's income. Another major challenge is healthcare costs. Even with insurance, unexpected medical expenses can still have a serious impact on a family's finances. Transportation is another unavoidable expense. Cars, fuel, maintenance, and insurance all require money just to maintain everyday life. Many young Americans also begin adulthood with a large amount of student debt. They may spend years paying it off before they can seriously build wealth. Credit card debt is another common problem. When people spend beyond their ability, high interest rates can make escaping debt extremely difficult. So after paying all their bills, many people realize that the money left over is much smaller than they expected. But what if someone is extremely disciplined? What if they decide to avoid unnecessary spending and start saving every single month? Saving money is the first step in building wealth. A small amount saved consistently can create a huge difference over a long period of time. But there is one problem: time. If you simply put money into a savings account, your wealth will grow very slowly. Time is one of the most important factors. Someone who starts investing at 20 years old has a huge advantage compared to someone who starts at 40. Imagine someone saving consistently for many years. They need to maintain discipline, even when life changes and unexpected problems appear. For many people, reaching $1 million does not happen in a few years. It can be the result of decades of hard work and careful financial decisions. This is why $1 million sounds simple when we say it. But when you break it down into years and months, you realize how long and difficult the journey really is. Many millionaires do not become wealthy by spending more money. They often start by controlling their expenses and making smarter financial choices. But saving alone is still not enough. If someone wants to reach $1 million faster, they need to find ways for their money to generate more money. One of the most common ways people build wealth is through investing. Instead of letting money sit still, they allow it to grow over time through different assets. But investing also comes with an important question. If becoming wealthy was so easy, why doesn't everyone become a millionaire? Many successful investors start with simple steps. They invest regularly, learn about the market, and allow their money to grow over many years. This is where compound growth becomes powerful. A small investment today can become much larger in the future because the returns themselves can generate more returns. Real estate is another popular way people build wealth. A home or property purchased at the right time can increase significantly in value over decades. Many millionaires do not own expensive luxury items. Instead, much of their wealth may come from assets such as rental properties and businesses. Starting a business is another path to building wealth. However, it also requires hard work, planning, and the ability to handle uncertainty. Compound interest is often compared to a snowball rolling downhill. At first, the growth seems slow, but as time passes, the snowball becomes larger and moves faster. After many years of smart decisions, some people finally see the results of their patience. Their investments begin working for them instead of them only working for money. The difference between saving and investing is simple. Saving protects your money. Investing gives your money a chance to grow. But investing also brings risks. Because markets do not always go up, sometimes stocks crash, companies fail, and investors can lose a significant amount of money. So if investing can create wealth, why do many people still fail? The answer is not only about money. It is also about emotions, patience, and decision-making. During economic downturns, many workers lose their jobs. Even people who planned carefully can face unexpected financial problems. When the economy becomes difficult, families often have to make tough choices. They reduce spending, delay plans, and focus on survival. Financial markets are unpredictable. A single event can affect millions of people and change the value of investments around the world. But successful investors understand one important lesson. Short-term problems do not always destroy long-term plans. Building wealth is usually not a fast journey. It is a process that can take decades. The biggest advantage is starting early and staying consistent. For some people, years of discipline eventually create financial freedom. They can retire comfortably and spend more time doing what they love. But being a millionaire does not always mean living in a giant mansion or buying expensive cars. For many people, true wealth means security and freedom. After years of saving, investing, and making difficult decisions, reaching $1 million becomes possible. But the journey is far from easy. The path to becoming a millionaire is not a shortcut. It is a long staircase built with thousands of small decisions. So, is becoming a millionaire easy? The answer depends on what you compare it to. Compared to winning the lottery, building wealth through hard work and investing may seem realistic, but compared to simply living an average life, it requires enormous discipline. An ordinary person can build wealth, but it usually requires patience, smart choices, and the willingness to keep going when results are not immediate. Becoming a millionaire is not impossible, but it is also not as easy as many people claim. Behind every million-dollar story is usually years of effort, sacrifice, and patience. Because the hardest part of becoming wealthy is not earning the first dollar. It is staying committed long enough to reach the goal.